What if I told you that most people don't actually have a time management problem, they have a priority management problem? We all get the same 24 hours every day, yet some people seem to accomplish incredible things, while others constantly feel busy but never finish what truly matters. So, what's the difference? It isn't that successful people have more time, it's that they know how to use it wisely. Hello everyone, I'm Clara and welcome back. In today's lesson, we're going to discover how to manage your time more effectively, not by filling every minute of your day with work, but by learning how to focus on what matters most. You'll learn practical strategies that can help you stop procrastinating, reduce stress, and make better use of your time every single day. At the same time, you'll naturally improve your English. Throughout this episode, you'll hear useful vocabulary, everyday expressions, and natural spoken English in context, helping you improve your listening, expand your vocabulary, and become more confident when speaking English. Today, we'll explore 5 practical time management tips. Tip number 1, why your priorities matter more than your schedule. Tip number 2, how planning your day can save you hours. Tip number 3, the biggest time wasters you don't even notice. Tip number 4, why learning to say no can change your life. Tip number 5, build a daily routine that works for you. By the end of this episode, you'll have practical techniques to manage your time better while improving your English naturally through one of the most useful life skills you can learn. So, let's begin with the first tip. Before we continue, I have something that might really help you. If you're enjoying these lessons but sometimes feel like you need more practice, more structure, or someone to guide you personally, I've created the complete English fluency system just for that. Inside, you'll find everything organized in one place: premium lessons, English books, worksheets, speaking practice, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and much more. No more jumping from one random video to another. And the best part? You're not learning alone. Whenever you have a question or need help, you can contact me directly. I'll be there to support you throughout your English journey. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced learner, this program will help you build real confidence and make consistent progress. If that sounds like what you've been looking for, you'll find the link in the description. Now, let's get back to today's lesson.
Tip number 1, stop filling your schedule. Start choosing your priorities. Imagine 2 people starting their day at exactly 8 o'clock. The first person opens their laptop and immediately begins answering emails. Then come phone calls, messages, meetings, and small requests from other people. They're busy from morning until evening, yet when the day ends, they realize they never finished the one task that actually mattered. The second person begins differently. Before checking a single email or notification, they spend the first 2 hours working on their most important project. Only after making real progress do they move on to everything else. Both people were busy, but only one was productive. Here's the question: which day would you rather have? Most people believe good time management means creating the perfect schedule. But here's a surprising truth. Managing your time begins by managing your priorities. Here's a useful English expression: put first things first. Native speakers use this expression when they mean to do the most important tasks before the less important ones. For example, I wanted to check my social media, but I decided to put first things first and finish my report. It's a simple expression, but it describes one of the most powerful productivity habits you can develop. Now think about this. Imagine someone gives you a large glass jar. Next to it are several big rocks, some small stones, and a pile of sand. If you pour the sand into the jar first, Then add the small stones. You'll probably discover that the big rocks no longer fit. But if you place the big rocks inside first, then the small stones, and finally, the sand, everything fits. This famous illustration teaches an important lesson. The big rocks represent the most important parts of your life, your health, your family, your education, your career, learning English, your long-term goals. The sand represents everything else. Checking notifications, watching random videos, answering messages that aren't urgent, small tasks that make you feel busy without moving your life forward. The problem is that many people fill their day with sand and then wonder why there's no room left for the big rocks. Psychologists often talk about something called the urgency trap. Our brains naturally pay attention to whatever feels urgent. A phone notification, a new email, a text message. These things demand immediate attention, even when they're not actually important. As a result, we spend the entire day reacting instead of deciding. Let's connect this to learning English. Imagine you plan to practice English for 30 minutes every evening. But before you begin, you check your phone for just 2 minutes. Then you reply to one message, watch one short video, open another app. Suddenly, 40 minutes have disappeared. You weren't lazy. You simply allowed small, urgent distractions to replace an important priority. Successful people protect their priorities. Many of them begin each morning by asking one simple question. If I accomplish only one thing today, what should it be? Notice the difference. Not 10 things, not 20, just one. Once that important task is completed, everything else becomes easier. Here's another useful English expression. Keep your eyes on the prize. It means to stay focused on your main goal instead of getting distracted by less important things. For example, she ignored all the distractions and kept her eyes on the prize. Before we finish, here's a challenge for tomorrow. Instead of writing a long to-do list with 20 different tasks, write down your 3 most important priorities. Then start with the hardest or most valuable one before checking emails, social media, or messages. You may discover that your day feels calmer, your work becomes more meaningful, and you accomplish far more than you expected. Because time management isn't really about finding extra hours. It's about making sure your best hours are spent on the things that matter most. When your priorities become clear, your schedule becomes much easier to manage. Tip number 2, plan tomorrow. Before tomorrow begins, imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You sit at your desk with a cup of coffee and think, what should I do first? You check your emails, then your messages. A few notifications appear. Someone asks for a favor. An hour passes, and you still haven't started your most important task. Now imagine a different morning. The night before, you spent just 10 minutes planning your day. When you wake up, you already know your priorities. You don't waste time deciding where to begin. You simply get to work. Which morning do you think feels less stressful? The answer is obvious. One of the simplest ways to manage your time better is to make important decisions before the day begins. Here's a useful English expression. Hit the ground running. Native speakers use this expression when someone starts working effectively from the very beginning without wasting time. For example, I planned everything the night before, so I was able to hit the ground running this morning. That's exactly what planning allows you to do. Instead of spending your best mental energy figuring out what to do, You spend it actually doing the work. Now, here's something interesting. Your brain loves clarity. When you have a clear plan, your mind feels calmer because it doesn't have to constantly make new decisions. But when your day has no direction, your brain keeps asking questions. What should I do now? Should I finish this first? Maybe I'll do something easier. Those small decisions may seem harmless, but together they consume a surprising amount of mental energy. This is why many highly productive people never begin their day with an empty schedule. They've already decided what success looks like before they even wake up. Let's connect this to learning English. Imagine you tell yourself, I'll study English tomorrow. That sounds like a good plan, but it's incomplete. Tomorrow arrives and you start wondering, should I watch a video? Read a book? Practice speaking? Learn vocabulary? After 10 minutes of deciding, you still haven't started. Now imagine writing this instead. 7 p.m. Sao. Listen to one English podcast for 20 minutes. 7:20 p.m. Learn 10 new words. 7:35 p.m. Speak in English for 10 minutes. Now there's nothing left to decide. You simply follow the plan. That's the power of preparation. Here's another useful English expression. Have a game plan. It means to have a clear strategy before you begin. For example, before the meeting started, our team already had a game plan. Life works the same way. The clearer your plan, the easier it becomes to take action. But here's an important mistake many people make. They create impossible schedules. Every hour is planned. Every minute is full. There's no room for unexpected events. Then something changes. A meeting runs longer than expected. Traffic delays you. A family member needs your help. Suddenly, the entire schedule falls apart. Instead of creating a perfect schedule, create a realistic one. Leave space between tasks. Give yourself short breaks. Accept that not everything will go exactly as planned. Good planning isn't about controlling every minute. It's about giving yourself direction while remaining flexible. Before we finish, here's a challenge for tonight. Before you go to bed, spend 10 minutes planning tomorrow. Write down your 3 most important tasks. The first task you'll begin when your day starts. One specific time you'll practice your English. That's it. Simple, clear, realistic. You'll probably notice something surprising tomorrow morning. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you'll feel prepared. Because successful people don't wake up hoping for a productive day. They create one the night before. And sometimes, those 10 minutes of planning can save you hours of confusion, stress, and wasted time. Tip number 3, eliminate the time thieves. You don't even notice. Imagine someone tells you, I don't have enough time. Now, imagine following that person for an entire day. You might discover something surprising. 10 minutes spent checking social media after breakfast. 15 minutes watching random videos before starting work. 5 minutes here. 20 minutes there. A few unnecessary conversations. Another quick look at notifications. By the end of the day, nearly 2 or 3 hours have disappeared. Not because they were working, not because they were resting intentionally, but because they were distracted. Here's an important question. Have you ever picked up your phone to answer one message and 20 minutes later forgotten why you picked it up in the first place? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. Here's a useful English expression. Time flies. Native speakers use this expression when time seems to pass very quickly, especially when you don't notice it. For example, time flies when you're watching your favorite TV series. The problem is that time also flies when you're distracted, and unlike money, you can never earn lost time back. One of the biggest challenges today isn't a lack of time, it's a lack of awareness. Many distractions are so small that we don't even notice them. Psychologists call these micro distractions. Each one lasts only a few seconds or minutes. A notification, a quick email, a message, a headline, a short video. Individually, they don't seem important, but together, they quietly steal hours from your week. Let's do a simple calculation. Imagine you check your phone for 5 minutes every hour during a 10-hour day. That doesn't sound like much. 5 minutes is almost nothing. But after 10 hours, that's 50 minutes. Over a 5-day work week, that's more than 4 hours. Over an entire year, it becomes hundreds of hours. Think about what you could do with that time. Learn a new language, read several books, exercise regularly, start a business, or simply spend more quality time with your family. Small distractions create big consequences. Here's another useful English expression: lose track of time. It means to become so distracted or absorbed in something that you don't realize how much time has passed. For example, I lost track of time while scrolling through social media. We've all experienced that feeling. You tell yourself, I'll watch one short video. Then another appears, then another. Before you know it, an entire hour has disappeared. The platforms are designed to keep your attention. The more time you spend there, the more content they show you. Understanding this isn't about blaming technology. Technology is a tool. The real question is, are you controlling your technology, or is your technology controlling you? Let's connect this to learning English. Imagine replacing just 30 minutes of mindless scrolling with 30 minutes of English listening practice every day. After 1 year, you've spent more than 180 hours improving your English. That's enough exposure to make a remarkable difference in your vocabulary, listening skills, and speaking confidence. The opportunity isn't hidden. It's already in your daily routine. You simply need to choose how you use your time. Before we finish, here's a challenge. Tomorrow, pay attention to every moment you reach for your phone. Don't try to change anything yet. Just notice it. Ask yourself, why did I pick up my phone? Was it necessary? Or was it simply a habit? You may be surprised by the answer, because awareness is always the first step toward change. You can't improve what you don't notice. And once you begin identifying the small habits that quietly steal your time, you'll discover that you already have more time than you thought. Sometimes, becoming more productive isn't about finding extra hours. It's simply about protecting the hours you already have. Tip number 4, learn to say no without feeling guilty. Imagine it's Monday morning. You've already planned your day. You know exactly what you want to accomplish. Then someone asks, "Can you help me with this?" A few minutes later, another person says, "Can we have a quick meeting?" Then you receive an email marked urgent. By lunchtime, your entire schedule belongs to everyone else. Have you ever had a day like that? If so, here's something important to remember. Every time you say yes to something, you're automatically saying no to something else. If you say yes to an unnecessary meeting, you may be saying no to your most important project. If you say yes to endless distractions, you may be saying no to your goals. Here's a useful English expression: spread yourself too thin. Native speakers use this expression when someone accepts so many responsibilities that they can't do any of them well. For example, she was involved in so many projects that she spread herself too thin. It's a common mistake. Many people think being productive means saying yes to every opportunity. In reality, productive people are often very selective. They understand that focus requires sacrifice. Now, let's be clear. Learning to say no doesn't mean becoming rude or selfish. It means recognizing that your time is limited. And because it's limited, you have to protect it. Think about the most successful people you know. Do you think they accept every invitation, every meeting, every request? Probably not. They know they can't give their best energy to everything, so they choose carefully. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, once said, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." At first, that sounds surprising, but think about it. Success isn't only about what you choose to do. It's also about what you choose not to do. Let's connect this to learning English. Imagine your goal is to practice English every evening, but every day someone invites you to do something else. Watch another movie, play another game, scroll through social media. If you always say yes, when will you practice? Eventually, your goal becomes something you'll start next week, then next month, then next year, not because you didn't have time, but because you gave your time away. Here's another useful English expression: set boundaries. It means to create healthy limits that protect your time, energy, and well-being. For example, she sets boundaries by turning off work emails after 6 p.m. Healthy boundaries aren't walls that keep people away. They're guidelines that help you protect what's important. One simple way to do this is to pause before saying yes. Instead of answering immediately, ask yourself, does this help me move closer to my goals? If the answer is no, it's okay to politely decline. Sometimes you don't even need to say no directly. You can say, "I'd love to help, but I'm busy this afternoon." Or, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I already have other priorities today." Notice how respectful those responses are. You protect your time without damaging the relationship. Before we finish, here's a challenge. For the next 24 hours, pay attention every time someone asks for your time. Before answering, take a few seconds to think. Ask yourself, am I saying yes because it's important or because I feel guilty saying no? That small pause can completely change the way you manage your time. Because every productive person eventually learns one important lesson. Your calendar reflects your priorities. If you fill it with everyone else's goals, you'll have very little time left for your own. Protecting your time isn't selfish. It's one of the greatest investments you can make in your future. Tip number 5, review your day, because what gets measured gets improved. Imagine 2 people trying to manage their time better. The first person finishes each day, goes to bed, and repeats exactly the same routine tomorrow. They never stop to ask what worked. They never think about what wasted their time. Every day looks almost identical. The second person spends just 5 minutes every evening asking 3 simple questions. What did I accomplish today? What distracted me the most? What can I do better tomorrow? It doesn't sound like much, but after 1 month, one person has repeated the same mistakes 30 times. The other has improved 30 times. Here's a useful English expression. Learn from your mistakes. Native speakers use this expression to mean using your past experiences to make better decisions in the future. For example, I forgot to prepare for the meeting, but I learned from my mistakes. That's exactly how great time management works. It isn't about having the perfect schedule. It's about constantly improving the one you already have. Now, here's something interesting. Professional athletes don't simply play a match and go home. They watch recordings of their performance. They analyze their mistakes. They look for small improvements. Top business leaders do something similar. After finishing a major project, many teams hold a meeting where they ask, what went well? What didn't? What should we change next time? Why? Because improvement begins with reflection. Unfortunately, most people never do this with their own lives. They stay busy, but they never stop long enough to learn from their experience. Imagine driving to a new destination without ever looking at a map. Every wrong turn becomes another surprise. Now, imagine checking your location every few minutes. If you're heading in the wrong direction, you make a small adjustment. You don't wait until you're hundreds of kilometers away. Time management works the same way. Small daily corrections prevent big future problems. Let's connect this to learning English. Suppose you've been studying English for 3 months. Instead of simply asking, "Am I fluent yet?" try asking better questions. Which new words did I actually use this week? Which pronunciation mistakes do I keep making? What learning method helped me the most? Those questions lead to progress because they give you information you can actually use. Here's another useful English expression. Get back on track. It means to return to your plan after you've been distracted or experienced a setback. For example, I wasted yesterday, but today I'm getting back on track. One unproductive day doesn't define you. Everyone has difficult days. Successful people don't avoid setbacks. They recover from them quickly. That's the difference. Many people believe productivity means never making mistakes. It doesn't. Productivity means noticing mistakes early, learning from them, and making a better decision tomorrow. Before we finish this episode, I'd like to leave you with one final challenge. Every evening before you go to bed, spend just 5 minutes reflecting on your day. Ask yourself these 3 questions. What was the best use of my time today? What wasted my time today? What's one small improvement I'll make tomorrow? Don't try to change your entire life overnight. Just improve by one small step. Day after day, week after week. Those tiny improvements begin creating extraordinary results. Remember, you don't manage your future. You manage today. And when you make better decisions today, tomorrow becomes better almost automatically, because time is the one thing every person receives equally. The difference isn't how much time you have. The difference is how wisely you choose to spend it. So protect your priorities, plan ahead, eliminate distractions, Set healthy boundaries, reflect on your progress, and keep improving, one day at a time. Because a well-managed day eventually becomes a well-managed life.